Shalom, Israel. I want to start off, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Humble as This Little Child. And I'm just going to do a quick hit on, in Matthew, when the Lord was talking to the disciples. And basically, telling them to, you have to humble yourself, man. YAHAWAHSHI is a man of no reputation. And if you look at Jake today, Jake is all about reputation. Jake is all about, being famous. Being trying to be the nigga, being the spotlight. Jake loves the spotlight, and Jake is arrogant. See, Jake is arrogant. Jake walk around all hard all day. They don't want to speak or say what's up, or just arrogant. And don't let Jake have some money. Jake coming to some money, you can't tell Jake nothing. You can't tell Jake nothing. Jake gets some money, a nice piece of change, you can't tell Jake nothing. And the women too. Just as arrogant. Our people, they're not humble, man. They're not humble, and think that they know it all. The woman, the Jake woman, their mouth is just is contaminated. That tongue is contaminated. The women of Israel, 2/3 of your tongue is contaminated. And the men are just they're arrogant, hard-headed. It's a recipe for disaster. But we're going to go into Matthew chapter 18. And, the Lord is telling them, to be humble. This is how you're going to get into the kingdom, man. That everything that has been taught on this side is not going into the kingdom. This on this side is going to get you in the kingdom. Is this book, learning the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. This is going to get your chances into the kingdom. But first, you have to fear YAHAWAHSHI and to walk in His ways. Jake don't want to do that. Jake just don't want to do that. Jake wants to go in the way of the heathen. Jake wants to be a rock star. Live wild like rock, like animals. Wild and out of control. I seen today at the plantation, and Jake gonna drive by, blasting his music in a little parking lot, all in front of the job with his shirt off in the car, got dreads all in his hair, just through, man, through. Just out of control, man. That's not gonna get it. That's not gonna get it. You got to be humble. You got to forsake all your ways and understand that you gotta forsake all your ways and be humble. All your bad habits, pray and fast and and being humble. And the Lord makes this clear in here. So we're going to go to Matthew chapter 18:1, and it reads, "At the same time came the disciples unto YAHAWAHSHI, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" 2. And YAHAWAHSHI called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. And see, the disciples are sitting there looking like, and that's how YAHAWAHSHI, spoke. He spoke in parables and metaphors, and, if we go today in Jake's terms, bars or metaphors or slanguage, just an example of how the Lord would speak, metaphors and parables. And some people couldn't get it. But he's speaking to the disciples, and they looking like, why? What does this child got to do with this? 3, and said, Verily, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because if you see the little children, they're humble. They're harmless. And they listen. You take a little 3-4-year-old child, that little child is harmless. Ain't too much talking back, ain't no, none of that. It's humble. And that's how you have to be in front of the Lord, man. And carrying yourself. Being humble. See, this ain't the humbleness, it's not popular in the earth right now. What's popular is, being a tough guy and being arrogant, and I'm going to do what I want to do. That's the attitude that's in the earth right now, is I'm going to do what I want to do, and you can't tell me nothing. I ain't going out. That's Jake's mentality. I ain't going out. They just refuse to be humble. But the Lord is telling you, and whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. 5. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. So by you forsaking your ways, all your habits, and coming out of this place all the perversion and lust and bad habits that you have learned from the heathen, and coming back and being as a child in front of the Lord, being obedient, you know, you're going to receive the Lord. Six, but whoso shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. And see, you offend. If you're offending, the elect, one of the elect, the Lord said it's better for you to put a millstone around your neck and drown yourself in the depth of the sea. Just drop to the bottom. Put one of those great millstone, big rocks, and just, go in the sea, and then let it just pull you all the way down. That's how bad it is if you offend one of the elect. And there's going to be a lot of people that's going to get tormented, man, for mocking and going against the hopeful elect. It's a bad thing going against the hopeful elect. And see, a lot of women are going to get, they're going to suffer some torment, man. Some unspeakable terror that the Lord's going to bring on women. The men too, but mocking and going against the elect. The Lord's little children, his little ones. You're going to pay for that. He's telling you. 7. Woe unto the world because an offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offenses cometh. Right? Right? You got to be humble, man. You got to be humble. You got to forsake all your ways, and you got to be humble to serve the Lord. You got to take the low. And that's what YAHAWAHSHI did. He took the low. He's a man of no reputation. Humble. Just come to do his Father's work, Yahawah. That's it. And see, you should be trying to pray the Lord for you to walk in his ways. He is the ultimate example, man. The ultimate Judite, the ultimate Israelite. Call Allah Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. But, it starts with that, with being humble and with fearing Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI first, and humbling yourself and walking in his law, statutes, and commandments, and seeking him day and night. That's the way that you're going to make your election, your calling election sure. Roughly paraphrasing it. You got to humble yourself, and 2/3 of Jake ain't going to humble theyself. You got to stay humble and rooted and continue seeking Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. But, I seen that earlier, and, wanted to go in on that. Hopefully you're edified. I'll come back with another lesson. But I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI BAHASHAM Rakah Kwadash. Shalom, Israel.